absolutely, and they were effective. But they were effective adverts as well. They were public health campaigns. They really worked.
They were. People said, you know, Margaret said, I mean, aren't we being too specific? Aren't we being too explicit about what the dangers were? Actually, very sensible. And what happened was that HIV went down and the other sexual diseases went down as well. So, I will claim very much that the advertisements were effective, and I think that the real question is why we haven't done anything, if not on that scale, pretty different advertisements, obviously. Because if you were a commercial company, you wouldn't do a campaign like that and go off the air for the next 25 years. I mean,
good point. We'll come out and talk about the number of people with HIV in Britain right now, which is people realise that it's been on the increase for a few years, hasn't it?
It has indeed.
Let's come back now. I want to go through in some detail, but let's hear that TV advert that you just talked about.
There is now a danger that has become a threat to us all. It is a deadly disease and there is no known cure. The virus can be passed through sexual intercourse with an infected person. Anyone can get it. Man. So far it's been confined to small groups, but it's spreading. So protect yourself. And read this leaflet when it arrives. If you ignore it, it could be the death. So don't die of ignorance.
It's a very good advert. It's John Hurt, a volcano erupting at the beginning of that, wasn't it? That's what that sound was that we heard.
And the leaflets, of course, we sent, against a lot of people's advice again, we sent leaflets to every household in the country.
Now, this is what I find, in a way, most exciting about this story, is that you're inside a conservative 1980s government talking about proposing A, putting an advert on telly about sex, B, putting a leaflet to every one store in the country, which is quite explicit about sex.
Very explicit.
More explicit even than I'm going to be now, but it would talk about the type of sex which was more likely to give you HIV. That was explicit, and you talked about, because also HIV can be contracted by sharing needles. You also suggested in Cabinet giving people clean needles, which meant facilitating something illegal. And one can only imagine the opposition you came up against, although you don't have to imagine it, because some of it is chronicled in your book.
Yes, sir.
It
has to be said, the great thing which took place was that the government decided to set up a special cabinet committee to look at HIV and AIDS. And therefore, I put my case to that cabinet committee. And the extraordinary thing was that once it was done that way, that committee began to own the policy as well. So rather than being, someone in the wilderness crying out, I mean, other people came in behind me. I remember Douglas Hurd and Tom King and people like that, Ken Baker, coming in behind me on some of these crucial decisions, Nick Edwards. And so we then got a bit of a coalition going. And I don't know if you remember Willie Whitelaw, who was Margaret Thatcher's number 2. It was absolutely crucial, because as long as he and I agreed on what was going forward, we more or less got it all through, even including the clean needles. But for some reason, in Scotland, they were particularly concerned about the clean needles policy. They said it's condoning crime, etc. But in fact, that's been a spectacular success, that policy. You only have 1 or 2% consistently over the last 30 years contract HIV through dirty needles.
What I never understood, what I've never been able to understand, and this relates to another conservative policy in relation